Australian Aid Friendship Grants will bring more Australian community organisations into the Australian Aid program by providing funding for them to expand or enhance their existing overseas aid activities, including through new projects. Eligible Australian community organisations are encouraged to apply for funding of $30,000 to $60,000 in 3 annual grant rounds. So, is your organisation and the work you do overseas eligible for a friendship grant? Eligible organisations are not-for-profits, membership-based organisations, professional and peak bodies and local government associations. Eligible activities are ones which build on existing projects to improve the lives of poor and vulnerable people in a way that is sustainable, innovative and community-focused. Eligible countries are most of those in the Indo-Pacific region that qualify for overseas development assistance. More information on eligible organisations, countries and activities is available on the DFAT website. So, you think you're eligible for an Australian Aid Friendship Grant? If you're still not sure, head back to the DFAT website, www.dfat.gov.au/friendship grants. If you've read over the material on there and you think you're eligible, great, let's get started. Before you sit down to begin your application, there are some documents you will need to have with you to submit. Evidence of your organisation's current registration from the Australian Charities and Not-for-Profits Commission, your charity certificate, or a certificate of incorporation from a state or territory regulator. A bank statement or bank letter confirming your organisation's bank details and registered address. A letter of support from an in-country authority which states that your organisation has authority to implement your activity in that location. A photo that shows what your existing international development program is doing overseas. An audited financial statement from the last financial year. Your organisation's child protection policy and/or child protection policy for the activity. Your organisation's code of conduct for volunteers and paid staff. We are asking for this information because we have to ensure accountability for taxpayer funds. Once you've confirmed your eligibility and uploaded your documents, we'll need to find out a bit about your organisation, including your ABN, address and contact details. Next, we'll get some more info about your organisation, number of staff including volunteers, number of members and supporters, as well as the population of the town or city in which your organisation is located. Then we need some information about the activity you would like the government to co-fund. This section covers the who, what, when, where and how. We want to know what the activity is about, who will implement it and how many people will benefit from the activity. We also need to know where and when the activity will take place. We are asking for this information because we want to make sure we're choosing activities that are making a real difference. Then we will ask you to link your activity to the Sustainable Development Goal it's addressing and tell us about the people from your organisation who will be working on the activity. You can find out more information about Sustainable Development Goals at www.dfat.gov.au/SDGs. We'll ask about the other programs and activities that your organisation has been or is implementing and about the organisations you are working with in-country. We'll also need the details of a couple of referees. One must be from the in-country community. Next, we want to know how you plan to promote your work and how you will raise awareness of the activity in your local Australian community. Then, it's all about your organisational policies, risks and budget. Finally, we require that the application be certified by the CEO, Deputy CEO or someone with the authority in the organisation to do so. Before you submit your application, here are a few final things to remember. Don't be late. Applications close on the 27th of August at 2 p.m, and any applications submitted after this time will not be accepted. If you've started an application by the closing date but haven't finished it, it won't be automatically submitted to DFAT. Please note that applications received in any other manner other than the online application form will not be accepted. If you have a question about the application process and it's not on the frequently asked questions page of the DFAT website, send an email to friendshipgrants@dfat.gov.au or give our Friendship Grants hotline a call 02 5104 0633. Got all of that? Looks like you're good to submit your application. Good luck.